So I want to start off by asking, how many of you have closed a sale, by show of hands, how many of you have closed a sale in the last 24 hours? Raise your hands and keep them there. All right? Now, keep your hands up. I'm going to ask, since we're talking about a subject, the money subject, I'm going to dive into another sort of controversial topic. How many of you have had an orgasm in the last 24 hours? Keep your hand up. And the
All right, that was
down.
God talking there.
You can put your hands down now. The two are related. And in the next 10 minutes, I'm going to tell you how and why you need to be having more sex if you want to make more money. Sound good? All right. How many of you would like to create $1 million?
The blue pen?
I consciously chose this word create. I first had the word actually make, and I noticed in running through these slides my own limiting beliefs about money. I believed I have to make that million. I can't just be powerful enough to create it. Anybody have that sort of correlation? You have to work hard for money.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, right? I want you to just be able to create it. I want it to be, how many of you would like creating that $1 million to be easy? Oh, yeah. And can you say making money is easy for me? Say,
Making money is easy for me.
There's actually a vibrational match you make with the word easy. You need to start integrating the word easy into your life a lot more. If you want to know why, come see me at the booth and I'll tell you later. So how can we make making $1 million easy is usually the next question that people ask me, because we've been trained to think that it's hard. We've been trained to think that the people who are making millions of dollars are what? Dirty scoundrels, just after the money.
Genius.
They're a genius. They have something we don't. Usually it's about they have something that we don't have. And the truth of the matter is, and I'm inviting you to step into this possibility, is that it's just as easy to create $1 million as it is to create 100. We're just blind to how to do that. Now you just heard about Michelle's new business and how that could be $1 million business. I've had clients sit with me and in 30 minutes we can map out $1 million business. It's possible for every one of you. And it's possible that that can be easy. Anybody stop by my booth this morning? Raise your hand if you have. What did I give you? I gave you a crisp, new, really smells good, dollar bill. If you haven't gotten one, I invite you to go get one. What I noticed, though, is that 99% of you have issues receiving money. You wanted to know why I was giving it to you, what you had to do to get it. Some of you said, oh, I'm not your client, I will give it back. There was all of these thoughts that you had, and simply, I just wanted to give you $1. I want to teach you how to make more. You don't realize that you're giving your contact information, you're gambling your personal information at every other booth you stop by that has a raffle, when you wouldn't just easily exchange that for the for the value that it's actually worth more than $1. Many of us suffer, and I constantly look at this thing, of superwoman syndrome, feeling as a woman if we have to do it all. We have to be good moms, we have to be good sisters, we have to be good daughters. I see eyes rolling in the audience. And now we got to fucking build a business. Right? And in the past, we just did all that, and we created disease in our body. We give ourselves fibromyalgia and cancer and all kinds of things, so our body yells at us, stop working so hard and take care of me. For me, that meant I had to go partially blind in one eye so that I would see what was stopping me, see where I wasn't stepping forward with grace and ease. All of us have our physical challenges that stop us and make us say, this isn't what I signed up for. I want it to be easier. So I'm on a mission to help women reinvent themselves as superwoman, redefine what that role is. For me, that means it's okay to be smart. It's okay to be sexy. It's okay to be successful. And it's okay to be spiritual. I came out of the spiritual woo-woo closet. Literally, a girlfriend came over to my house and said, "Why are all these like Wayne Dyer and Carolyn Myss books in the closet?" I said, "Because my husband doesn't want anybody to see that I'm reading them." That's an ex-husband, by the way. When I stepped out of that place, I had to say, you know what? This is who I am. And the people who are attracted to me like my woo-woo. They like the fact that I'm going to talk about needing to have more sex and making more money. And those of you who find that offensive, I'm sorry. There's another coach out there for you. The purpose of being in business is to create your preferred lifestyle, whatever financial rewards you choose, while providing genuine value to someone in need. Now notice what comes first. The lifestyle I want to have. The lifestyle you want to have. You have to put yourself first. Just like Michelle said earlier, we got to put the oxygen mask on. We do. We serve God first, we serve ourselves, and then we can serve others. So I want to walk you through 3 simple steps that you can use to help you in this process of redefining yourself as a superwoman. And that there's an acronym on your sheet at the bottom of the page that supports you in that decision. And the acronym is DIE. D-I-E. This old superwoman, the one who has to do it all, the one who's overtaxed and overburdened, has to die. And unfortunately, that's not one single burial process. That happens every minute of every single day. You've got to decide what kind of business you want to have. You've heard today about different types of business models. Some of you have certain ones that are what happens to you and your family, or you've seen other ones have. Oh, I've seen somebody do video marketing and they're making $1 million. Let me go do that. But then you're really introverted and you want to stay at home and you don't really want to make videos. Why are you choosing that? Marketing method, why are you choosing that business model? Decide who you want to serve. When I stopped trying to serve everyone and only started serving the people that I really liked, the people I would hang out with, life and business became a lot more fun. And last, decide how you transform other people's lives. This is really the basis of inbound marketing, because when you get really clear about these questions in your own head, you vibrate. Whether or not you believe and can see auras and energy and all that, but you vibrate that level of energy out into the world, and those people who see that vibration are attracted to you. And I can tell you with all the magic bullets I have, if you post at 3:15 on Facebook the status update of 145 characters with a picture, it will go viral. Like, I can tell you all those tactical things. But I've told clients that and had them fail because they're not serving who they're meant to serve. They haven't decided to have the business that supports the life they want. So quickly, my story is, I started off in helping spiritual entrepreneurs or health and fitness entrepreneurs. Wanted to just earn 6 figures. If I could just make $100,000 a year, I would be happy. And I was working for clients where I had $100,000 days, but I was selling things I didn't love and believe in. And I was really just choosing clients because they were paying me money. Anybody dealt with that before? I just need to make the rent, right? Well, as I redefined myself as a superwoman, I stepped out and said, this is who I am, this is what I can do for people, and this is the environment that I must leave. And I literally generated a mansion on the ocean, an instant family, and bonus mom to 2 wonderful boys, and have a fabulous lover and partner who supports me in this new arena. Instantly, as soon as I was clear that that's what I wanted. You clap, thank you. It wasn't about that I'm going to go out and look for this and do that. I just said, no, my soul says I want this, and I opened myself up to the possibilities of it. Now I have clients who are making their own $100,000 months, and I get to choose who I want to work with. Really choose. So you can choose to have one-night stands with your clients, right? And that means you'll work with anybody who will pay you, and you just go around chasing the money. And unfortunately, what happens in Vegas doesn't always stay in Vegas. And those clients talk, and that happens. Or we can choose to have long-term relationships with our clients, to stop letting them tell us what it is that they want. I want to be able to call you at all hours of the night. I want to be able to text you. They should be paying a premium for that. Your time is valuable. This is a story of Jessica, and Jessica went from charging $50 as a massage therapist and $90 as an acupuncturist, and she'd do some nutritional coaching for $75. And her clients were utterly confused about what they were paying for the same hour that they were working with her. I said, who are you wanting to serve? She says, women. It was around Christmas time last year. I said, what can you do for them in 90 days that'll transform their lives? She says, I can help them get through the holiday season stress-free. So when they're at their parents' house at Thanksgiving and they won't come out of the closet because everybody else is yelling and their anxiety level's crazy, I can talk them down from that. I can give them strategies to cope. I said, what would that decreasing of their stress do for them over a holiday season? Oh, that'd transform their lives. Usually they come in sick in January because they've dealt with all this stress. They've got some sort of chronic sickness. Do you think they'd pay $2,000 to be able to have access to you over the next 90 days? She said, of course. She went out and sold 3 $2,000 packages to the next 3 clients that she had. She more than 4 times, 5 times her income and locked in $6,000 in 1 hour, 3 hours. Sound good? Yeah. The second step is to integrate. This is the fun part. This part I love working with people on. All these places we have dichotomies, right? We think that we can't make money. We've got to do passion or we've got to do our purpose. We've got to be masculine and make money like men, or we're going to be over here and be feminine, right? But it's time to integrate. Passion is profitable. Mm-hmm. There are over 1,600 books on passion when you go to Amazon. And I'm not talking the sex kind. I'm talking about find your passion, what's your passion, what to do with your passion, how to make money on your passion. Passion's profitable. There's an entire industry now of coaches. And there's a bigger surge in people wanting to work for themselves. It's kind of why we're all here, right? So you can make money doing what you love. Now, many of you know that I have a traditional MBA, and I spent about 15 years in the Glazier-Kennedy style world, which is the father of information marketing and the father of direct response marketing. So I know all the hardcore tactics about how to generate clients and leads. So many of you might have seen this triangle before. This is a sort of profit pyramid, if you would. So you're going to attract people in with a freebie. You're going to roll them into something that's a higher price product, and then ultimately you're going to roll them into something that's of a high ticket value, right? And the marriage of an ideal client and their problem helps you choose where it is you're going to market, right? Everybody's seen this model or familiar with this? This has been around. It's not mine. Now, we mentioned earlier that the Western woman is going to save the world, right? And she's going to do that because now we're taking that same model and adding spirituality to it. Anyone familiar with the chakra system? The energy system.
Wow.
Okay? You can take this same pyramid, and at every stage in the decision-making process of building a business, you're having to go through sort of, since the chakras are energy systems, there are vows and rules that you have taken that keep energy stuck in each of these places within your body. And so, for instance, we get back to this conversation about sex and money. If you're not moving that energy and making money in the world, which is our physical manifestation here on earth, or you're not moving that energy sexually or creatively, we get disease in the second chakra. We get cancer. We get all kinds of other disease problems. So you've got to learn to move that energy in with exercise, with yoga, with energy movement techniques. It will help you make money, I promise you. It will open your heart beyond any belief to just accept and attract the clients to you. And the last step is to end. End the thoughts of competition, the thoughts of lack, and the thoughts of struggle. Now, I told you this was a process that you had to go through daily, right? Or hourly. So I speak a lot. I speak all around the world. And every single time I get invited to speak, I have this sort of competition. Well, what are the other speakers speaking about? And maybe, you know, what happens if nobody runs to the back of the room after I talk, right? Or if they run to her, they can't run to me. They can't go two places at once, right? I forget. One thing that helped me so much, just really step into my power, is I had a mentor tell me that we've already made soul contracts with the people that we're meant to serve. And there's nothing you can do to keep them from working with you, right or wrong. So instead of going out trying to hunt and kill and attract in and jump and pounce on people, you can just say, I'm trying to find out who my soul is ready here to serve. That makes things, it just gives you a nice sigh of relief, right? So the ones who are attracted will come. There's no lack and there's no struggle. Just because I'm going to make $1 million doesn't mean Michelle can't make $1 million, doesn't mean Karen can't make $1 million, and all of us can't make $1 million, all at the same time. And we should be doing that because the world needs us to make that money, to build infrastructure, to hire people, to support other people in building their business. Now, I am running out of time here, so I want to quickly go through how you become magic or magnetic. Now, I've given you a URL on your worksheet for you to go and read more about this. Very briefly, the magic is within you. When you really step inside and say, how am I magnetic? How am I authentic? That's sharing and showing your panties, showing what happens. Like for me to tell you that I feel a little competition amongst the other women speakers, that's being a little vulnerable. Saying, you know what, this still happens and here's how I deal with it. You've got to be guided, whether you call it source or universe or God. Listen, women are innately given the gift of intuition. We're able to hear it and receive it a little bit better. Use it. Be instrumental in making change and demanding change in the world. The part of stepping into your power as a superwoman and creating a life worth living is for you to hold that vision and say, no matter what happens, I'm getting it. There's nothing that's going to stop me from getting it. And confident. So now is your time to receive. If you haven't received your dollar bill from me, I invite you to come and do that. It's also time to receive the information that you're getting here. Be open to where you resist being sold to. I guarantee it's the key to getting yourself more clients. I had one lady follow up with me from a trade show I sponsored at a couple months ago. The woman has called me every single week since the trade show. I want to call her a lot of bad names. She's pushy, she's annoying, right? And every time her phone, I even put her on caller ID so that I would know she was calling and I could like decline the call. But in order to fix my own karma with this situation, I decided that I would start talking to her and connecting with her and see what the value was that she had in the world. Because really, I didn't want to talk to her because she was a promotional product vendor and I'd gotten my pins through my father-in-law. And I felt bad that I wasn't going to buy anything from her, instead of just seeing that she's a woman I can connect with. So when you sell, you have to keep your own shit out of the way and connect with people and just see what happens. And if you don't think you don't have shit when you talk to people in sales, that's all the monkey chatter that's going on in your head that says they can't buy, they're going to, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. It is possible to turn your yearly income into a monthly income. I've watched it happen for myself and I've watched it happen for clients, and I'm getting better at being able to help people see that for themselves. So I want you to be brave. Say what you want to say, do what you want to do, believe that you can. And I promise you it will attract to you those clients you're meant to serve, and you will be richly rewarded for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.